One evening, Barry, a father to an 8-year-old boy named Ken, noticed his son hadn't come home yet when it's been hours after school. He knew he had to check up on his son when Ken comes home with nothing left of his lunch money, which was unusual for the child. He followed the child to see what he's up to, and when he found out, he said it changed his life forever. What's up, guys? Today I bring you the story of an 8-year-old boy who had his own thing going on and eventually got the support of his father to make something big. If you like stories like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. To keep you updated on amazing content like this, click on the notification bell. Let's begin. Ken was only 8 when they lived in a small town in Davao, Philippines. His parents have always recognized the sense of responsibility that Ken had, even when he was just a boy. Ken walks to school and back, as this was very common with kids in their own town. His dad started to worry when he suddenly came home later than usual. Barry, his dad, wanted to see for himself what Ken was up to after school. As the father and breadwinner, he had to work hard as a car mechanic, and money wasn't exactly problem-free for them. That's why he suspected Ken of sneaking off after school, and he started worrying. He gives Ken his allowance with the hopes of helping his son learn the value of money and to manage how he spends his allowance. Nevertheless, Ken still spent more time outside after school hours, and his dad noticed that his lunch money didn't seem to be enough for him. Ken had been this way for 2 weeks, and Barry knew he had to talk to his son about this. He had to find out what Ken was up to. So one night, Barry left the garage door slightly open to see if Ken had already come home. He found out that Ken would actually arrive right after school, only to leave the house again a few moments later. Barry sees Ken sneaking out of the house incognito, carrying an empty school backpack. So Barry followed him. Barry watched from a distance and saw Ken enter a grocery store. He then waited for his son, who walked out with his backpack seemingly full this time. What happened next got Barry all worried. Ken took a turn, and Barry already knew the road headed to the liquor stores, pawn shops, and scrap yards. It wasn't the most kid-friendly part of the town. Barry steadily followed the boy when Ken came to a full stop, so Barry watched eagerly. Ken crouched down and brought out what he was carrying in his backpack. "What's going on?" Barry said to himself. Then his worries started to dissipate when he finally got to see what Ken was doing. 3 puppies came out of the bushes to gather around Ken. Barry approached Ken, wanting to ensure his son's safety from possibly rabid dogs. They were malnourished, and their coats weren't in the best condition. Barry said that at first he didn't like the look of the dogs, but one thing struck him that day: a valuable lesson of kindness that his son taught him. He learned that Ken had named the puppies Brownie, Whitey, and Blackie. Ken wished to see the approval in his father's face when he fed the puppies. Ken explained that the reason he was out of the house after school and he had spent all his lunch money was because he found these stray puppies and grew very fond of them. He had a vision of creating something for the animals, a safe space where they could be nurtured. Barry understood this boy and thought of sharing spectacular kindness to the world. In February 2014, he took the famous photo of Ken feeding the stray puppies and posted it on Reddit. The photo caught attention of animal lovers around the globe. Barry writes, "My son changed my perspective entirely." He was proud of his son's vision, but was also concerned that he would be at risk of diseases that one might get from stray animals. Barry made an argument with Ken that he'd be supportive of his animal care activities, but he must be vaccinated for rabies as well as carry a sanitizer all the time. Barry's Reddit post gained widespread attention, something which he and his son never expected. Ken was encouraged to further follow his dream of one day building an animal shelter to protect and care for stray animals in their town. A website was opened for Ken called Happy Animals Club. Eventually, Ken also got to adopt Blackie, Whitey, and Brownie, and they turned their garage into a small animal shelter. Barry posted updates on his website and got a lot of responses. Ken says, "I love animals. I have 1 rescue dog and 2 rescue cats. Ever since I can remember, I wanted to open an animal shelter to help the stray dogs and cats on the street. Happy Animals Club's goal is to rescue dogs from the city pound, as most of them were just being put down due to owners never claiming their dogs. Local organizations for animal welfare aren't doing anything about it." Ken received support from all over the world, and all donations went straight to making Ken's animal shelter dreams possible. They were also able to hire construction workers, lease a 1,000 square meter lot for a year, as well as procure building materials. After a few months, Happy Animal Club Shelter opened its doors. Today, the shelter holds 2 large pens, 2 apartments, and an annex. Ken, now a teenager, was able to help his lifelong dream of operating a cruelty-free animal sanctuary, which has grown over the years through the help of volunteers. The website is also active and full of updates on animals and rescues. The sanctuary isn't just a home for dogs. Ken started rescuing kittens as soon as the shelter's cat enclosure was built. The website also has a list of animals that are up for adoption. Young Ken didn't just start a cause, he gave a home for animals with none to call their own. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe and comment what you think about Ken's dedication to animals.